Hello, my name's Kathy Bissell. Welcome to the Golf Show 2.0. This week, my co-host Gary Van Sickle has come up with the top 10 Open Championships, or British Opens as I like to call them, so they won't be confused with the US Open, of the 21st century. And I had a little trouble figuring out, this is 21st or 22nd, or what century are we in? Anyway, take it away, Gary. Number 10.
Well, I think you should probably try to guess.
I couldn't possibly guess.
Probably not. Well, I went with the classic duel between Cameron Smith and Cameron Young, the Battle of the Camerons,
Oh, yes.
at the old course that Rory was supposed to win,
Yeah.
but he just kind of flatlined during the final round and let it slip away. And these other two guys played great. Cameron Smith shot 64, and I think he had to. Did he have to birdie the last hole to win, or he birdied the last hole? And Cameron Young eagled it.
I can't
to make
remember.
it kind
But
of
it was
exciting.
exciting.
But yeah, Rory, another disappointment for Rory.
Yeah, I was surprised that he didn't play better, but he didn't.
Well, he was too. Well, you know those what the caddies say. Yeah, the greens at St. Andrews are a lot of flat areas. The
Oh,
putt only breaks a half an inch, but which direction they don't know.
okay.
And
Okay.
you can go out there and just miss a lot of putts. So
All right.
I'm not blaming Rory for that one.
Number 9.
Number 9, a player later told me, and I forget which one, so I won't try to say, but this was the first time a break didn't go Tiger Woods' way.
Ah,
That was 2002 at Muirfield. Tiger was not near the lead after 2 rounds. He'd
and why
already
was
won the first
that?
2 majors, and you're like, well, now he's going to win. He's already won the Tiger Slam. Now he's going to do the calendar year slam. He obviously is going to win this. And then right before he teed off, this crazy storm blew in.
The heavens opened
It
up.
blew. Yeah, it was cold. It blew like crazy. I was trying to interview guys at the end of the round, and my pen was like kind of freezing ink. It wouldn't write. I'm trying to talk to Duffy Waldorf, and it was pretty miserable. And the Tiger shot 81. And then not too long after, maybe an hour after he got done, the storm kind of went away and it got okay again. So it was almost like somebody said, enough's enough, Tiger.
Yep, it must have been. And the winner
So,
that year was,
and what's that?
the winner that year was,
Ernie Els.
yes, a popular winner for sure. Not that Tiger wouldn't have been. He was more popular than, I don't know, sliced bread. I mean, he was very popular when he was in his prime. Number
Well,
8.
number 8 was, we just saw this one last year. Xander Schauffele had to hold off the 2 future Hall of Famers, Tristan Lawrence and Daniel Brown.
And he did.
And he did. And then Justin Rose got in the picture. Billy Horschel was in the mix, kind of backed up. And yeah, he shot 31 in the back 9 on Sunday, which kind of is the way you win a major. And that was he went from 0 to 2 majors in like 3 months. It was pretty impressive. He was the
I know.
most surprised guy.
And then he got some mystery injury that he still hasn't 100%, I don't think, recovered from.
Yeah, he
So,
got bitten by a shark who ate he got caught in a Sharknado. This is actually what happened. He got caught in a Sharknado. Shark bit one of his ribs out, and he just hasn't been quite the same.
well, we're fixing to come up on Shark Week, so that's appropriate. Number 7.
Well, this was one of the most unlikely ones. Nobody thought Phil Mickelson could win a British Open
No, ever.
because he's a high ball hitter, and he didn't really necessarily work the ball both ways. At that point in his career, he could, but it's usually windy over there. And I don't know, everybody else kind of, Lee Westwood and some others kind of didn't do much on Sunday. And Phil got hot and he hit this great 6-iron, I think, on 13 to like 15 feet and made it. And all of a sudden, he's got the lead, and then he just scrambled his brains out coming in and held on. So he wound up beating Henrik Stenson by 3, which was ironic because in a famous duel that might be mentioned later,
Don't say
Stenson
it.
beat him by 3. But I don't know. Is that going to be mentioned later? I don't know. The
I don't
suspense is
know.
killing me.
Number 6, I hope.
Number 6 is the pluck of the Irish, Shane Lowry, Northern Ireland, Royal Portrush. He's back to the scene of the crime this week.
That's right. Man, if he
He
wins,
won going away. The only question Sunday was whether everybody in the country pulling for him was going to make him crack under the pressure. But it was an 18-hole coronation, but they were so, they were sweating it out, even though he won by 6. So there's one guy who will never pay for a drink or dinner anytime he's in Northern Ireland the rest of his life.
Yeah, exactly. And he shouldn't. He should. I mean, talk about. I mean, I'm sure that even though he's a good player, he probably never, in his heart of hearts, thought that he'd win the Open Championship. And Rory was supposed to win it, and
Rory missed the cut. It was horrible.
Yeah.
And Lowry later said, and when he's on the 18th green, he said, "I can't believe this is happening to me."
Yeah, that's exactly.
I mean, you couldn't. It's a Hollywood script, although Hollywood would make it in a dramatic final shot instead of winning by 6, like they did with the Francis We Met movie they ruined by changing the scores. But I'm not bitter. Disney, we know what Disney is.
Well, we hate when they lie in movies when you have the facts so readily at hand.
Well, I'm pretty sure Disney is planning to remake that movie about Francis We Met, and he will be played by a 9-year-old Asian girl.
No, don't say that.
That's a rumor I heard. You can look it up.
5.
5 is the Zach Johnson affair.
Oh dear, yes.
That Jordan Spieth made a 35-footer or longer putt across the 16th green, maybe a 50-footer. I don't remember now.
It was huge.
He tied for the lead 3-way tie with Mark Leishman and I think Louis Oosthuizen. And right then, and again, Spieth is chasing the Grand Slam. He won the first 2 events, the major, the Masters and U.S. Open. And you thought,
not hard enough.
This is it. That's the putt. He's going to win.
Yeah.
And then he hit a crooked drive on 17 and made bogey. Then he needs birdie in 18 to get in the playoff. And he hits another. He did a Ian Baker Finch in reverse, hit his drive way left, and did not make birdie. So he was not in a playoff. Neither was Jason Day, who had a chance. And we get Zach Johnson, Louis, and Leishman, and Zach Johnson wins. So
goes from being a 1 major guy to being a 2 major guy.
Yep. He's the first guy whose first 2 majors were won at Augusta National and the Old Course. The only guy who's done that.
Oh, ever? Ever?
But that was going to be Spieth's win, and you're like, he's going to win the.
I know.
But he is being crooked off the tee, caught him on 17. So. Well,
he got one a few years later, but it wasn't quite the same as winning 3 in a row and then going for the calendar year Grand Slam.
And I think we all know where that last one would have been.
I don't remember.
PGA in 2017.
Oh. I don't remember where that was.
I didn't look it up either, so I guess we're going to have to move on.
We should move on.
Never ask a question when you don't know the answer.
4.
Tiger Woods, 2000, St. Andrews, the Old Course. He won by a gazillion. I think that's when there was a female streaker on the 18th green.
Really?
But yeah, he was primetime Tiger. He didn't hit a bunker. Didn't hit it in a bunker in 72 holes.
I remember that.
It doesn't sound like it's that hard, but you try it sometime.
Oh, it's those things just pop up on you when you least expect it. They're sitting there invisible in the fairway, and all of a sudden your ball disappears, and the bunker vacuum gets you.
Oh, I thought you were still talking about the streaker.
No. The bunker vacuum. You got to watch that.
Yeah, no, it was Tiger won by
a million or something.
He shot 18 or 19 under, I believe, too. So it was he obliterated the field. One of the guys said that when you playing against him, it's like playing against Federer. If he's playing well, it's over. And it was.
3.
We're back to your buddy Jordan Spieth. Royal Birkdale when
that was crazy.
Matt Kuchar's winning the thing. or I don't know who was leading at the time, but Spieth hits it into really bad, heavy rough on the side of some mounds on 13 off the fairway. And
Over
he's,
the mounds.
yeah, over the mounds. He's dead. He can't even hit it out of there. So taking 2 club lengths isn't going to help. But if he goes back in line with the green, that puts him on the practice range, which incredibly was not ruled out of play, even though the range was inside the course. So then this whole thing took 20 minutes. It was really.
It took forever. You could have had a.
I don't know what the word is, but there should be a time limit. If you can't drop sooner than that, time's up.
Well, that's
But
not
he wants to drop
entirely
in the middle
his
of the
fault.
field. Then they have to figure out whether it's in play.
Yeah.
Then you remember the cameras following. He's walking between these things, and it was crazy. So he hits it down short of the green, gets up and down to save a bogey.
Yep.
And then he finished, I think 500 in the last 4 or 500 in the last 5. Made the famous eagle putt from 30 feet in the one hole, and points at the hole and tells Michael Greller, his caddy, "Go get that."
Well, it was okay. It was
Which saved us from Matt Kuchar winning an Open, but that was that whole incident was so crazy. It reminded me of Seve in the car park at Lytham when he won, and he was on the range. I mean, it was incredible, but it was obscene and unfair how long it took him to play that hole.
I don't know if it was unfair. The officials could have made that go faster.
I don't think they knew. I think they were caught by surprise also.
Sure they were. Nobody expects. It's like the Spanish Inquisition things on Monty Python.
Nobody expects it.
Nobody expects it. So nobody's going to stand on the range and say, "Is this in play?" Before the tournament's. It's not going to come into your mind.
If it's not expressly marked out of bounds, or if it's not on the rule sheet, then it has to be in play. So yeah. I guess I don't know.
Well, he got lucky, but he had the skill set to.
Oh, he made the smart play, and and he did that because his head was. If he doesn't get it up and down makes double, then you're like, well, it might have been different, but yeah. Then he got hot and made birdies and eagles. So.
Well, talk about keeping your head in the game, though. That's why people say you have to keep a clear head when you're faced with a difficult situation on the golf course. It's important, and that should remind people that they have to think.
Well, if you tried to hit that ball out of the rough, you might have moved it a foot, or you might have probably. I don't think he could get it back to the fairway. He would have hit it into 10 yards into more. He could have taken him 7 to get out.
Yeah, it could have been the course or something. Yeah, he did. But that's thinking. Can't fault him.
You have to make the rules work for you. I like to use that rule where I get 1 free drop kick per round. That's in the book. You can look it up.
How about the Willie Nelson rules? Take 5 steps and drop it wherever you feel like.
Yeah, that's in the rule book.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, 2.
Well, you ought to know what this is.
But I don't.
Well, it's already been mentioned. Phil Mickelson versus Henrik Stenson. Phil opened with 63 and finished with 65. Shot 17 under and lost by 3. Stenson shot 63 the last day. They had a great duel going. The highlight being when Stenson made a crazy long birdie putt on, I don't remember what hole, 15, I think. And then Phil had an eagle chip on the next hole to get back in it and just missed. If he would have made that, it might have been interesting, but he didn't. So, he finished 3 behind Stenson, and it was just.
Was that not at Was that at Carnoustie?
No, that was.
Did Phil win his at Carnoustie?
That was at Royal Troon, I think.
Okay.
As I remember.
Yes.
But it was one of those days where you're like, well, in case anybody thinks the ball doesn't go too far or the clubs aren't too good, how much longer can they keep playing the Opens on these courses that are completely been obsoleted?
Yeah. And we've had that conversation many times before. Yeah. And number 1.
I just ruined the whole video there. Thanks. Number 1 is Watson. I'm sorry. Number one is Old Tom Watson, not Morris. That was 2009 Turnberry. Watson's blowing everybody's socks off. He's winning it the whole week. All he's got to do is par 18 for the win. And he hits a beautiful shot. And it's links golf. It doinks, it rolls. It just rolls 3 feet too far, goes on a little trough, up on a little thing back there. And the guy who wrote the book on how to get up and down putted it instead of chipping it, which tells you he wasn't too keen on his chipping at that point. And the funny part is he had the yips on short putts, so it tells you how much he didn't want to chip it. But he tried putting it and blew it 8 or 10 feet by, and then just made a really sad effort. I mean, you could tell his putting stroke was afflicted at that point. So he made bogey. They go to a 4-hole playoff. I mean, Watson just ran out of gas, and Stewart Cink won, and Watson made a joke coming in the media center. It's like, it's not a funeral, And
nobody died.
If he'd been outside watching the people leave the course, they were just silent because they worship him over there with his 5 Open titles. He's a god over there, and they were pulling for him. And when he lost, it was a funeral. It was silence, people leaving. Nobody was.
Yeah.
Stewart Cink's had to. He knows he's heard about it, but he won the Open. That's right.
That's what he's trying to do.
And it's not like Watson should have hit a different club or anything in 18. It was just the rub of the green. He had a perfect shot. It just
bad bounce.
A foot and a half too far, really. So that was pretty good. I would bet if you gave people a chance to change the outcome of any one major in modern history, I think most people would go with that one because he was 59 at the time, and at that point, nobody thought anybody over 46 could win a major. It was really stunning. So it was a fun week, but Stewart Cink came in and turned out the lights.
Well, it was great for Stewart Cink. You know what they say, every shot makes somebody happy. Yep. And Stewart Cink had to play extra holes to get his happiness.
Yep. So which one would you have picked as the most memorable of the 21st century?
I probably would have picked Watson just because he was 59 when he was leading the British Open. That's the incredible part.
I mean, Tiger won a couple more. The problem is, none of them were close.
No, he won them going away mostly.
And I defy anybody to remember a shot he hit in any of his Open Championship wins. It's like, played great, but the only thing you remember about him is when he won at Royal Liverpool, his father died, and he went over and cried all over caddy Stevie Williams. I almost put that one on the list just for that reason, but it's like, no, it wasn't. It was really good golf, but it was maybe not one of the most memorable. We're more into Hollywood type stuff. Ernie Els in a 4-man playoff. I think that was 02, wasn't it? I don't think we mentioned that. Ernie Els is in the playoff.
There were some other things that happened.
But I mean, forget a Frenchman was in a playoff to win the Open. That was Thomas Levet.
Yep.
And he and Stuart Appleby and probably Levet.
It is Levet.
Thomas Levet.
That's right.
Stuart Appleby and Steve Elkington were in the playoff. They played 4 holes, and nobody remembers this. Thomas Levet was leading the thing, and he bogeyed 18 in the playoff to fall back into a tie with Ernie. So they went and played 18 again, and Levet bogeyed it again to lose. So he was even closer than Jean Van de Velde.
Well, yeah, he wasn't in the water.
Well, they were both in playoffs, but
Van de Velde is he's like in another category.
Well, he had a crazy last hole, but
yes, he did.
I don't know. So those are, if we're lucky, we'll get something that's top 10 worthy this week.
Oh, I hope so. There's nothing like an exciting Open Championship or British Open, depending on what you like to call it. And
I
what do you?
don't know what would, other than a crazy finish, who would win that would be the most exciting. What would be the best story for a media person? Who would a media person want to write about if they won within reason? Scotty,
Scotty
Scotty
Scheffler.
Scheffler, Rory winning back
Either one.
home.
Either
I
one of
feel
them.
like I feel like Rory's wrote his final chapter at the Masters. So anything else kind of like a encore.
I think from his press conference the other day, it was, you know how Rory can be very elegant every now and again with the things he says to the media. And I'm sorry I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but he was talking about how after he won the Masters, it wasn't one of those what's left moments, but it was kind of one of those what's next, what's left, whatever. And he didn't really even have time to think about it. It was go play, now you have to go play this tournament. Now you have to get on a plane and go, he didn't have time to think about what it meant. But he was also left with a feeling, okay, I did this. And he didn't really say now what. Scotty Scheffler said that about, winning. He says winning, you're really happy for about 2 or 3 minutes. He said, and that's about as long as it lasts. And then you go on with your life. And Scotty was saying there are things that are more important than winning a trophy.
That's crazy. That's crazy talk.
To you, because you like to collect those trophies.
I don't care about the trophy at all. It's the trophies are worthless. Like just if whatever the trophy costs, just give me the money. I don't care. I don't want to. Nobody wants a trophy.
As an amateur, you can't accept money.
Yeah, you can. You can get $1,000.
You can't. Okay, so
and merchandise.
In merchandise, no $1,000 in dollars.
No, I don't think you can get cash. Even though college players are being paid hundreds of thousands to play golf, but the USGA, that's another.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get to talk to somebody about that later on.
So okay. He didn't give me. So who winning would make this worthy of the top 10? Who would have to win to make this a top 10?
Depending on who they had, and depending on who they had to battle to get there, either Rory or Scotty. I think or even Jordan Spieth.
Well, Spieth would be huge, but after it'd be a comeback for him. But I can't think of anybody who, anybody from Liv. So what? Patrick Reed, maybe.
Yeah.
No, well, former media star Ricky Fowler, if he somehow came back.
Oh, that would be huge. Amazing. Yes, it would be. And it's the greens over there are slow, so anybody who's a little twitchy with their putter could have a good week. Not that he's twitchy with his putter. I don't know anything about his putting in particular, but he's gone to a longer putter, so you have to guess. And his putting stroke used to be just such a thing of beauty. His putts would take off it'd be like a snake going in the hole.
How about Aldrich Poltergeist? That's not really his name, but it's easier to say it that way.
It is. I think Frank Nobilo said it interestingly. He said putt gator, like putt instead of pot.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, but I like Frank. Anything he says is cool.
Well, he might know something. I don't know. So Scotty's just another win. Xander,
no, he hasn't won that one.
Yeah, but
he needs a career slam before he's done. He's just too good.
I don't know. I think at Oakmont you saw that he might not hit it straight enough for these courses that have a lot of rough. So, of course, we thought the same thing about Phil Mickelson, and he finished runner-up 6 times, so he could have won an Open, but it doesn't make sense. As we saw at Oakmont, these guys are not in the top 100 in driving accuracy, and they go to a course where driving accuracy matters, and the guys in the top of the world rankings can't get it done. So,
well, I think Scotty will find a fairway, and if it gets windy, You know, he's from Texas. They play in the wind a lot. They have
Well,
everybody.
John Rahm could win and get within. Then
Yeah.
he'd only need one
Oh
to
yeah.
complete the Grand Slam.
That's right. He would.
I think it's probably a JT Poston week.
I don't think so.
We're in the JT Poston era.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Rory or Scotty, and I'll be happy to be proved right.
I think I don't know why Patrick Reed. I don't know why.
Really?
Yep.
The commissioner will do bad things to you.
Well, that's okay. I've got a wager on him, so we'll see.
Okay. I hope it's not a lot.
No, he's got pretty high odds, so just enough to.
Well, then I hope you make enough money to buy yourself dinner.
I hope I make enough money to get solvent back on DraftKings.
Okay. There's that.
So that's your most
Top 10.
memorable opens of the 21st century.